My name is Nook, and this is the Nook and Bear podcast. I am here with my co-host.
That is me, Kang, the bear. I should have said the bear part first, but that's the point. What's happening?
Not a whole lot, and something happened. I think we might have summoned a guest, maybe? What's that portal over there looking like?
I don't know. I just saw when it got in here. I just ignored
Uh, person in the portal, would you please step forward?
it. I have a gun. I just want to make that clear.
Okay, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I am not used to that kind of stuff. Interdimensional travel sucks. Ugh.
Well, there we go.
Oh, hey.
It's Mephi.
We're not used to it either.
I still got this weird tickling sensation in my tail, and it won't go away.
Alright, so put that down.
I see what it is. Part of your tail's missing.
Give it a minute. It'll grow back. Give it a minute. It'll grow back.
Man,
There it is.
it's weird how
There it
this
is.
happens a lot.
It does.
More than you think.
Good lord.
What?
At least this guest didn't choose violence.
At least not 30 seconds in. That's a whole new record.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
All
going
right.
to be honest with you. I try to make it as peaceful as possible anytime I fold in between dimensions, because let's be honest, I got enough crap as it is. I don't think I need to have murder in another dimension to make things even worse for me. So, yeah.
Yo,
Well, we appreciate it, sir.
honestly.
But
Alright.
for those that don't know me, hi, I'm Mepharius, but usually everybody calls me Mephi for short. I have a YouTube channel that goes by the name of Mind of Mephi, where I just do dumb things from time to time. Mainly game related.
He is a gamer.
He is a Let's Player, and I gotta respect that.
It's a lot more difficult than you think.
Oh, trust me, I know. I tried it, and I gave up.
It happens. It happens.
I mean,
We have to try different hats before we find one that fits.
Exactly.
yeah. I mean, let's be honest, it's like, the reason why I chose Let's Play, because I thought, I've always seen people do it before, and I thought I'd give it a shot.
Mhm.
And it's not bad. You just have to find a consistent plan to keep going with it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I feel you. And to be fair, I'll be kind of honest. Well,
Mhm.
I guess I will be honest. I'm not a big fan of Let's Plays, mostly just because one, my ADD kind of gets me. You know,
Mhm.
about halfway, I'm just like, I gotta check out and do something. Also, and the second part would be like, also I'd prefer to play the game, you know, instead of watching somebody play it.
True.
But I respect the grind.
As do I. It's like, damn, that Hi-Fi Rush do be bussin'. But I kind of want to play it
Right.
myself. But damn, them cutscenes, though. But I want to play the game. But the cutscenes, though.
I usually do watch Let's Plays when I was younger because I know I plan on getting the game and I don't want to spoil too much of myself, but I want to see how it starts. And then after a while, it's like, I don't think I'm going to see myself playing this, so I'll watch. And then sometimes it ends up being very entertaining, depending on the person you're watching.
True.
That is true. True.
I am a fan of Dash XP, yes.
Yeet.
It's a good stuff.
Nice.
Especially a lot of his
So
skits before he
much.
started doing gaming, because that's kind of how I actually got into a lot of Dash XP stuff. Because I remember watching when he used to do skits, voiceover skits for Son. If y'all, yeah, that's probably showing my age for that one. But that's kind of where I got my start with him. Then I started watching his actual regular skits where he started doing stuff in person. And I fell in love with that because he's a really goofy person. Then I got introduced to him, T. Pindell, and some other people, stuff like that. Then I saw him slowly get into gaming. So I was like, huh.
I won't lie. I remember when I first saw him before all that, and I was like, I just knew him as a skit guy. I didn't know about the gameplay channel, the Son channel. That all came after the fact.
See, I think Nasun died like a little bit after he started getting really into the acting shtick for his his gigs and stuff like that for the skits.
Mm-hmm. You love to see it, honestly.
Yeah, evolution. You know, you got to find your place somewhere in YouTube. Doesn't matter if it's like with gaming or just doing something in general that you feel comfortable with, like makeup. I'm never gonna do it, but I know some people are into that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely fallen under that category where a while ago I used to kind of try to get into commentary on YouTube, and I saw where commentary was going, and I'm just like,
Nope.
can't have that. Don't want to be that
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me just So talking about cartoons, let's do that. That
Yeah.
seems more like my shtick. I do that. I can talk about animation, and that's basically what happened. And TLDR, met some cool people, such as you two, and other folks in between, and it's been smooth sailing ever since with a couple of rough patches.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the funny thing about it is, Kang, you're actually kind of one of the people that brought me to the dance, honestly, because I saw a lot of your stuff on Twitter. This is actually where me and Kang actually met, from Twitter. Because
Oh yeah.
I followed him. Then his first page got ganked.
Oh yeah.
And after that, I was already slightly talking to another one of our friends. Actually, a lot of our friends I was talking to a little bit by little, but then I actually made more contact with you first. Then I started slowly talking to them more.
I mean, yeah, nah, that sounds about right. Cause before Discord, anyways, it was before I got really into Discord with y'all. I pretty much just knew everybody from Twitter. Berg, Artis, you, Nook. Actually, Nook, I think I knew you. Actually, Nook, real talk, I knew you way back in a pretty much like just by name. It's like, Nook. I see that guy's name come up in certain Patreon videos anytime I'm watching YouTube. And the next thing you know, I meet the man himself. I'm like, oh shit, he's that guy.
Yeah, I donated to the review your life Patreon a few times. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that was
funny story about that. Like, I paid for his top tier, and like 2 videos, my name, like it would appear, but he would never say it. And I was like, hey, do the top tiers get their name shout out in the video? He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, well, you haven't done that for me twice. He's like, oh crap, I'm sorry. Do you want me to refund you? I'm like, no, keep making your videos. I was just bringing it to your attention.
Yeah,
okay. He's like, really sorry.
Yeah, you gotta hit him with the Markiplier.
It's like give me my credit, boy. Nah. I mean, I feel that. I mean, look at it this way, Nook. At least you got your name spelled right when you donated.
Damn, man.
That Tariq video will live in infamy for me for how much he just did not spell my name right. And
what do you spell your name Kong or Keong or Kiang?
Literally no, because he got my real name, but he messed up because for some reason everybody messes up my name. They always mess up with like saying trying to spell my actual name, and I'm just like, it's just like the shoe brand. It's not hard. What is going on?
You gotta understand. Wait, can I curse here more than usual?
Yes.
Yeah, you can curse. We're free like that.
Okay, so I can get away with saying certain words. Ken knows which word I'm talking about.
Whoa!
Before anybody asks, yes.
Just don't go crazy. Just don't go crazy with it.
I'm just going to say, you got to understand, Kang, and I hate to say this, and I don't use this just as an ignorant black person. I use this as like anybody can be a stupid person.
Hold on. Let me duck under the table. Go ahead.
What I was about to say is, Kang, you got to understand. Sometimes dumb niggas can't spell.
Yo.
And that is my only what I'm going to say.
Sticks my head out from under the table. Did he say it?
He did drop the N-bomb, and you love to see it.
As I quote, and I can't stress this enough, I am a POC, so yeah.
He is niggas, yes. That was the second one. You're welcome, America.
Whoa.
Okay, now that that's balanced itself out, some people just can't spell, unfortunately. Even if you try to make it as simple as possible, it's like, hey, yo.
Not good.
Kangaditas.
Kangaditas, yup.
Yeah, just like the shoe brand, Kangaditas.
Exactly.
What, not Kang Vans?
Baby.
Bam.
Not Kang DCs?
DC, man.
DC shoes.
Kang Taylors?
Kang Tibbs.
Man, yeah, honestly, I would like my own brand. Honestly, I would like my own brand of Tim's, honestly.
Bro, that would be dope.
Give me them Timberlands, yeah.
Oh yeah, get you like a nice bear embroiled logo on the side of it. That would be dope.
Just have like a bear claw clone, just scratch it against the tree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That or follow me on this one, Kang. You could have the roots be actually bear claws or bear talons.
Ooh, true.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm gonna keep that in mind for later. Shoe brand ideas. Yes, love it.
If I had to get a brand myself, I would want a pair of limited edition Chuck 2s. Just have just have the star, but have what looks like my character psychically hanging off of them, like yee.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
That's good.
I tried.
I think I'd probably either with like some comfy or some like Tim's, or I actually just recently did just get some Adidas, and they're quite comfortable. So maybe something there, with a nice little Nook logo, or I could go with my threatening picture of like me that Spencer drew of me with a baseball bat about to nuclear bomb some people. Exactly.
Damn, him with the nuclear bonk.
Exactly.
Just go El Kabong on people.
Exactly.
It's like he hit us with the bonk. Meanwhile, Nook's character, they don't know I'm horny myself.
Right. He said I must keep up the facade that I'm not like them, but also probably 10 times worse. Anyway.
Yeah. But like I said before, I'm like Master Roshi. You know, like I look like I'll smile, calm, and cute, but you know, then I'll suddenly just play. But also, I do the bong to keep it, you know, keep it not being such a big war. It's like, hey guys, calm.
I'm the El Kabong.
Exactly. I'm gonna bomb.
You gotta hit him with the Terriermon from Digimon. Moment time.
Exactly, and I do.
Ooh, baby, you already know.
Right.
Well, we were supposed to start off with the interview style, but we kind of got off on a tangent there. How about we hop back to this interview thing?
That's kind of my fault. My bad.
All right.
We tangent here as well, so it's welcome. Just I should probably steer it back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well, all right. So let's start off. Well, Mephi, you went ahead and already introduced yourself, introduced what you like to do and everything. We're gonna move on to some questions, if you don't mind. We won't get too crazy, but we'll get to some places.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that means I can go ahead and put these back on.
Yes, you can put your inhibitor rings back on.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about my. Okay, anyway, what's up?
Whoa, boy. Whoa.
He packing. But that's fair.
Whoa. All right. I think what we normally do. I'll give you the starter question, like we started with the last guest.
Mm-hmm.
Explain to us your Sona. Why is it this way, and what is it?
So, certain people have already told the origin story of Mephi a long time ago. One of them, what's the best way to put this? High school was fun. As a lot of you are aware, I am a huge Sonic fan, but I try not to be toxic about it. So, originally, when I had Sonic 06 on the Xbox 360 back when I was in high school, I loved the idea of an eviler version of Shadow. And then I saw Mephiles, and I was like, huh. So I thought to myself, I want to be Mephi. but I don't want to be. I don't want to be like a literal nightmare or as bad. So originally, I took Mephiles and did a reskin, and actually basically just gave Shadow Mephiles' skin color, as well as keeping the lips and stuff like that. But then I thought I want to make him mine, so I changed one of the eye colors and put a slash on it. Then I thought, that's not enough. What else can I do? So I found one of those old hedgehog creator things and I just went with it. Then took it in MS Paint, start playing around, and first he was just walking around with just some pants on, some gloves, and some shoes, long ponytail, and a tail that was split. Then I thought, that's cool, but how can I really go full edge lord? Because that's basically at first what he was. I gave him a trench coat, gave him glasses, I put the slash on his face, and changed the eye color again, and just kept it at that. But then the more I started to play around with it, I started to realize as much as he looks like that, Mephi is still me. So at the end of the day, Mephi is just me, just from another dimension. And one story, that was the original idea. Then the current story that I've been sticking with is he's a science project gone right, if you would. And that right there is kind of like most of the story, that he was originally created as a killing machine, but because of his psychic powers and the thing that he was created with, it woke him up. He ran away and he got hurt. His eye got damaged in the process, and when he found out he can heal, he kind of never got it back to the normal color. So it's just been like that ever since. He didn't have a name, and someone that took him in gave him the name of the Guardian, Nefarious. And he's like, "This is cool. I like it." But they said it's too long, so Mephi. Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
No, not gonna lie. Definitely knew how to go from like, making an edgy Sonic character to actually making something unique. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
You
We all gotta start somewhere.
You went the extra mile. It was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't give him like a super form or anything like that because I thought that would be overkill. He's just a psychic hedgehog that has some issues he needs to resolve, and he just wants to be left alone. And video games makes him happy. They actually help him keep his powers in check.
Now that does bring up the question though.
Mer.
Would him and Rouge smash?
Whoa.
These are totally serious questions, yes.
The audience wants to know. Would you hit?
I'm probably going to be looked at sideways for the rest of my life if people actually were about this, but he would knock the fur off of that ass.
Yeah. That's all I need to know.
Look at that. Look at that right there.
Mm-hmm.
He done admitted it.
I'm not gonna lie about it. I mean, to a lot of people, especially in the Sonic community, Rouge was kind of an awakening for a lot of folks. And I'm not gonna say I wasn't, because when I first saw her a long time ago, when I saw Adventure 2 and then Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube, I thought to myself, what the hell is she? Then they said she's a bat. I said, oh.
I'm not gonna
That
lie.
explains a lot.
Because I didn't see the wings at the time. I thought she was a cat as well. That was exactly. So I'm just seeing that. I'm like, she's pretty fun, but what is she?
Mm-hmm.
She's a bat. Okay, now I'm like, Adventure 2. I thought, she's cool. She's nice. And then Sonic X anime dropped, and that's when I'm like, and she looked at me, and I looked at her, and she looked at me. And I looked at her, and it was basically history after that.
Pretty much, and this is where Nook would introduce that one song. Said, and I grabbed my nuts. Anyway,
I grabbed my nuts.
Yo,
I love that song. But you're in company here. Definitely, we are definitely Sonic fans as well.
Yeah. Like I said, I like a lot of the Sonic characters. Honestly, I love them all to death. Except one individual himself. Everyone keeps saying, Mephi, if we had to choose a character for you, you would be Big. I said, you just cursed my name. I don't have a problem exactly with Big. I just hated how his stages took me out of it because I'm going fast, I'm doing weird things, I'm cool things. Yeah! Fish for a frog, you keep letting go.
Mm-hmm. I feel you. I feel you. But
You do got good lo-fi beats though.
Right.
Yeah. That newest one. Damn, those lo-fi beats.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, name one bad Sonic game with a bad OST. Name us one Sonic game with a horrible OST that's not Forces
Yeah.
or the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
It's hard to do that.
Exactly, because those are usually the main outliers. But yeah, sorry I cut you off. You were saying earlier?
Mm-hmm. No problem. But especially with the new Sonic Frontiers, like his like bonus little fishing game, like dude, his music just like I'll sit there for like a couple hours just kind of chilling and fishing. It's just only like 2 button presses, like X and then X again. It's like the simplest thing ever. And then he's just like, he's like, you. I forgot what he says, but he's like,
you want to borrow my rod? Or, hey, if you want to, you can give me the fish that you got, and I'll give you some stuff.
And I'm like,
what did you find, Big?
and I'm just like, damn it, Big, stop being so nice.
No, that or...
And I feel bad for telling him no. Like, no. It's like, yes, I will continue to fish here, Big. Thank you.
I literally ended up catching a couple of frogs, and I'm just like, you know what, here, Big, you could have this. You could have these guys.
That or you sit there like, he's like, hey, you want to buy some of the stuff that I found? I just found it around. I said, Big, where did you find this stuff?
Where are you finding?
I'm like, do I need to call the authorities when I get off this island finally? Because I'm starting to feel uncomfortable.
He's like, hey, we're all freedom fighters here. You don't need to say anything.
Honestly, dog, it's like, man, but yeah, dog, it's like, honestly, for as simple as those levels are, or that little side quest is, it's like, it's nice, it's fun. Some might even be listening to that song right now. He said before adding the music to the pod.
Yeah, that's our kind of background. B&G is the chill, big sound.
Oh yeah.
I think my first Sonic Awakening. Now I'm gonna date myself.
Go.
Sally Acorn, of course.
You took it back.
Oh yeah, I told you, man. Like I know I'm older, but I'm that old.
The one that time forgot, or at least lawsuits forgot.
No. I do one better. Sonic's mom.
Whoa, no, I don't. Whoa.
I'm talking about from.
You're talking about Underground.
Okay, I was about to say which one.
King
over here with the list. He's like, which one out of the 5?
I know, right?
12.
Well, no, the one from Underground, because let's be honest, the genuine care that she had, and unfortunately she had to give up because of this bald bastard has a thing for making royalty into orphans, and I don't get it. Seriously, a lot of old school Robotnik things, he was not afraid to fuck up a happy home. Or he said, you got a nice kingdom. It'd be a shame if the leader just upped and died. What are you trying?
No, I feel you.
But yeah.
Yeah. I like Sally because she's, well, of course she's the leader, but also, I mean, she's definitely a strong female, and I do like strong female types.
Hey, who doesn't?
Exactly.
We respect a strong, independent woman around these pods, yes, sir.
Better.
Emphasis on strong.
And also, she kind of talks to Sonic like, she's not like head over heels like certain hedgehogs.
True.
Hey, leave my daughter alone.
Listen. I
get it. I get it. She had issues, but let's be honest. Sally, she does have that kind of thing where she's like, I like you, Sonic. But this is more important. So
Yeah.
move.
I will, I will give this. I'm kind of glad nowadays that they kind of just made Amy more like, just a really cool homies with Sonic now, where it's just like, yeah, I like him, but I respect his boundaries.
Yeah,
And I'll say my feelings
she's
when
not
the
as
time's right.
she's not as obsessed with him anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, she still loves that dude to death, but it's
Hmm.
more like Sonic. We got things we need to do, and robots to literally break a foot off into. So let
Hmm.
go.
Exactly. So it's like, they finally figured out a balance. So I'm like,
Yeah.
because like Kid Amy or Rosie the Rascal,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense that she gets a little boy crazy. But modern Amy,
Yeah.
yeah, now they figured it out. Now it's all good. Love to see
Modern
And,
that.
Amy
and
wants to smoke.
yeah, and also it doesn't help. Like if you go off the lore of the comics, she used like his famous like 1 mil. I forget his like. It's been forever. He uses his powerful like magic ring to age herself up, and I'm just like, there's some questionable things there.
Yeah.
There's some.
Whoa.
Yeah, it kind
You,
of reminds
you didn't
me.
know about that? Okay.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, it kind
Yeah,
of
I
reminds me of
heard
this
about that.
other. Kind of
Okay.
reminds me of this other character from another fandom that had a lot of controversy that finally blew over.
Oh, do tell. Do tell.
So, as you guys are aware, I love me some Friday Night Funkin'. I suck at the games, but I love the music. There was
Yeah.
a particular character that caused a lot of controversy. Okay, this one in particular, because now that I say that out loud, there's been a lot of controversial characters.
I'm about to say, could you be more
Are you talking?
specific?
I said this
Are you
one in
talking about
particular.
that fan character?
Sky, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Mhm.
Hang everybody, if you're not aware, Sky is a character that literally had an obsession with boyfriend. Problem was, she was 12 years old. So she used a manifest ability and turned herself physically into a 19-year-old and summoned boyfriend and girlfriend to her dimension. Problem is, boyfriend's like, I got a girlfriend already. But why don't you love me? I have a girlfriend already. She's right there. And she waves. And she's like, so what you're saying is, if she's gone, I have a shot. No, I'm saying, go get a life. I'm gonna get rid of girlfriend so you can be my boyfriend. And they're like, are you listening to anything I'm saying?
Bruh.
And unfortunately, a lot of people kept drawing fan art that was very,
Questionable.
very questionable. And it's like, guys, you do realize that's a literal child, right? Stop.
They'd be like, what? Man, I can't.
And a lot of people didn't know that.
Bro, honestly, I didn't know that. Like, genuinely, did not know that was the lore.
Yeah.
I wasn't even attracted to Ogre. I was just surprised that was the story.
Yeah. And
Bro.
after that, this kind of created this other issue where now people are starting to make their own versions of Sky and saying this is a multiverse thing. I said, oh god damn it, have we really gotten to that point where multiverse issue is always the answer to everybody's problems?
Yes. Yes, we are there. I mean, damn.
Fuck you, DC, and fuck you, Marvel, for causing all of this. Because I know you're not. I know you're not the main people, but you're kind of the ones that made it out in the open. So with that, I can never forget.
I mean, hell, man. Everybody got a multiverse now. My homies on YouTube got a multiverse. The Ghostbusters have a multiverse. That 2016 movie nobody liked, that's canon now. It's just its own universe.
And there's the stuff over the seas that have a multiverse.
Exactly.
My number one obsession that helped me get through a lot of life issues. When I mean life issues, I mean depression problems. I'm good though. Kamen Rider has a multiverse.
Yep.
Super Sentai has a multiverse.
Yes, they do.
Power Rangers has a multiverse.
Yeah,
Yes,
now.
they do.
Yeah, now thanks to the comic book.
Oh yeah. I thought they had a multiverse since no wait, that's a different timeline. Never mind.
Yeah, because if you've ever read Battle for the comic book for Power Rangers, it started off where it was its own original timeline. Then Draken, the main character that they've been fighting with for literal, I want to say a good couple years now, he broke the timeline in Power Rangers, and when he did that, he literally shattered it to like a multiverse now. So it's still all the stuff in Power Rangers still happens in the according timeline. However, the way he broke it, he shattered it instead of being like a part of a grid. He broke the timeline into different multiverses. So that way, if they could go back in time with the Time Force Rangers or one that's still alive at that point, they can try to go back and fix it. They couldn't because there's no point in time they can jump to now since it is part of the multiverse. They can multiverse or hop, but they couldn't go back in time. Or forward.
Nice. Interesting. Like I've got the first volume, 2 volumes over there. I need to read it.
You should. It's really good. And sorry for spoiling that, by the way.
That's fine. It's fine, dude. Like, I'm used to the whole multiverse shattering thing. Like, I read DC comics.
Yeah, about to say this ain't the first rodeo. It ain't gonna be the last one either.
Yeah.
I will say I will say I do like multiverse, and I would accept it more than time fixing. Like,
yeah,
I go on a tangent here, but basically, I did not like Endgame. Like, the whole we got to use time to fix every problem, but creating that will also create its own paradox within that universe, which will create another multiverse. And it's just like, it's just stupid.
And it did. Look at Loki.
Oh yeah, they were like.
I'm going to spoil a lot of people, by the way, if you haven't seen this. If you haven't, I got you got nobody to blame but yourself. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I think we definitely got that question out of the way.
Oh yeah. Alrighty.
All right, King, you go ahead. Your turn.
Alrighty. So Matthias, we kind of asked this earlier. Tell me, what was something that made you think, what I want to do gameplay videos? What made you want to do that? Let's plays in general.
Well, as a lot of people have, if you haven't seen my intro video, my very first video for the channel was me explaining I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. I wanted to try something different, and during 2020, I'm not going to say the C word, just in case if things get out of hand. 2020 taught us that we all need to step out of our comfort zone and try something different to cope with the situation around us. I was depressed because I felt like in a part of my life I was doing great. I was getting out of my shell, I was hanging with more friends, I was being more open and talking, because I'm naturally an introvert. I always have been. I keep to myself. I don't talk as much unless I feel comfortable talking with people that I know.
Right.
So, and then 2020 happened and we were forced to stay home. I couldn't stay home because unfortunately my job was one of those, I wasn't saying mandatory, but it was one of those jobs where you kind of had to go in because it was unnecessary.
Oh yeah.
And same.
I needed to do something that actually was in my interest, and I love gaming. So I thought to myself, what if I make a YouTube channel? And I thought to myself, I'm getting into the game late because I'm about to turn 30. I'm about to get in and try to learn something I probably should have learned while I was still in high school, like learn how to edit, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't. And then I thought to myself, take a chance. So I did. And I thought, I want to record games. So I got a capture card, I got a cheap webcam, and a good Vegas 17 on Amazon for dirt cheap, because at that point it was the oldest one and I just clicked at random.
Right.
So I got all of that and I thought to myself, sweet, now what? So a lot of the stuff that I have is self-taught, or I've asked people, what should I do? Then after a while I started thinking to myself, I should get a microphone. Then my best friend, who is like my brother. I have a lot of friends who I consider like family after a while.
Show
My
enough.
best friend, Trevor, he actually was going off into the service because he wanted to go and join the National Guard. So he said,
Right.
"Hey, I know you want to get into gaming and stuff like that, and you want to record. So if you want, you can have my. I'm moving. You can have my gaming PC." I said, "You want me to hold on to it till you get back?" "No, you can have it." "Wait, what?" "Yeah, you can have it. It's
Damn.
yours." So I was blessed with that. And ever since then, I've been learning new things left and right. And that's when I met Kang around that time period. Started talking with him and hanging with a lot of other friends and stuff like that that I've met along the road. And I've got a good following now, but
Mm-hmm.
it's more along the lines where I want to grow, but I don't want to grow too fast where I lose myself. So I feel like I'm at a good steady pace right now. I
Right.
would love to like get into at least make it like 150 subs for now because I want to set like small goals and try to reach those.
Hmm.
And I feel like I've gotten good with recording gameplay. Then I thought myself, I want to try other things too, like recording reactions or doing commentary, and then doing co-op videos. And then that's where Mephi Versus came from because I already did some reaction videos before then. And then I started thinking I want to do co-op with my friends. So that's where our very first Mephi Versus was actually me, Dapper's Pad, Vin Rocco, and Black Geeky Girl playing Mario Party All Stars. Kang was there as well as the Great Berg and the Faceless Massacre. They were all doing commentary. But of
Mm-hmm.
course, after that, we decided we wanted to get revenge on Vin because ultimately Vin won. And then we decided, y'all got Smash Brothers? I said, yes, Smash Bros. Let's go.
Smash Bros. Oh shit! Here we go.
Yeah. And then ever since then, it's just like I've been trying to. I'm comfortable now in front of a camera, but before then I wasn't because I didn't like showing my face off much.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And I feel like I've gotten used to it a little bit, but
Yeah.
now that I've introduced my character more predominantly on the channel, I feel like I'm
Mm-hmm.
cheating a little bit. I'll show my face on videos where I'm playing gameplay, but when it's I'm doing updates nowadays, I'll just send I'll just use Mephi and just go from there.
Ooh, nice.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to kind of explain things with a PNG than it is with a face because then you got to worry about the way you look, like maybe the lighting, the way you sound,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
or if you got to add like over voiceover because your voice sounded like crap, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still
But
learning things, and that's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes it's all that matters, and yeah, man, you're doing all right, Faris.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
one goal at a time.
Exactly. And throw
Um,
hands the next.
hmm. All
Always
right.
violence.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, so it's always violence with you, Kane.
Hey, it's how I show affection. But anyways,
All right. Let's I guess get another question out of the way.
mm-hmm.
I think we might already know this, so if we do, we can skip over it. But what was your first hyperfixation?
Uh, that's actually a tough one.
Because if it's just Sonic, I think we've already talked about it. But if it's something else,
Oh yeah.
that'd
I
be
think it's.
interesting.
I think it's. I have a broad. I have. I don't want to say broad a thing for hyperfixation. I have a lot of
I get
things that I've glued myself to over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I want to say My dad,
Like,
who got me into a lot of the geek culture and stuff like
hmm
that. So, if it's not video games, it's comic books. If it's not comic books,
hmm
it's cartoons. If it's not cartoons, it's anime. If it's not anime, it's tokusatsu. I have a literal grab bag of stuff that I can pull out of my hat and be comfortable with, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I get you. I get you. But what's the first one that kind of stands out to you?
Gaming.
Yeah.
Gaming.
Gaming.
Nice, nice, nice.
My very first video game console
Mm-hmm.
was a Sega Genesis, and it came with Sonic 3 and Knuckles when they were
Mm,
separate.
Dang.
damn.
Then Mortal Kombat 2,
hmm
then Mortal Kombat 3, not Ultimate, Mortal Kombat 3. And I've played a lot of stuff over the years, including, and y'all might laugh at this one, Animaniacs on the Sega Genesis. That one is an old game. I could never beat it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I did have a game, didn't
hmm
yeah, it's in my collection.
hmm
So I own it. I'm a Sega Genesis kind of semi-aficionado collector.
E.
Word.
Yeah. One of the many things I collect.
I used to collect a lot of things, honestly. If it wasn't comic books, it was a lot of toys that I used to play with back in the day. But after some personal stuff that I don't feel like I should explain right here from now,
That's
um,
fine.
I don't have a lot of that stuff that I used to anymore, unfortunately.
Understandable.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It's like me when I had to get rid of all my plushies. Still miss
Yeah.
them.
Right?
I feel you. Like, I lost my job a few years back, and I had to sell like almost half my collection or so, just to make back all the rent I missed. You know,
Yeah.
Damn. I feel that.
because the old landlord, they would barely reach out to you or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So it kind of allowed me to kind of slide while I was looking for a job. But I found something, but then by that time it was too late.
Damn.
But I sold a lot of stuff, just to be like, here's the money now, get off my back, type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some stuff I do miss, but some stuff it's fine. Like I can't really. Problem is, I can't really think of much of it anymore, other than the cute Starfire statue that I had. That was about it.
Damn.
It's like at the end of the day, yeah, it's fun to buy a lot of these things or add like a collection, but some people, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying like some people just don't know how to prioritize things. And
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've had to learn the hard way to prioritize things because a lot of people don't know this, but when I was younger, me and my father, we lost our home, and we actually had
Oh
to stay in a we had to stay in a motel for like a long period of time,
wow.
and it was it was humbling because at the end of the day, you're like, we didn't know how long we were going to be in the place where we were, and we
hmm
didn't know how long it was going to be until my dad was actually able to get back to work because, unfortunately, two old supervisors that can personally eat the fattest part of my ass. I don't give a fuck if they're okay anymore. That's how bad it is.
Speak on
Um,
it. Mm-hmm.
they
hmm
made my father's life a living hell,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that, he was not able to work in the building, or he was already taken off the road because he was a UPS driver,
Right.
and he was working in the building with us, and everything was okay because he was still able to work. Then they told him until you can like get this squared away, you can't even come back in because they basically tried to force him back on the road, even though the doctor said, no.
Wow.
So, because of that, they forced him on disability, and it was hard for him to get his blood pressure down because, in order for him to actually be cleared, his blood pressure had to be at a specific place, and he
hmm
couldn't do that because, like, while driving at the time. So, doing that and then taking him completely out of the building everything fell on me. So
Wow.
I had to make sure we had a place to stay. I had to make sure we had food, and make sure I could actually get back and forth to work. So imagine trying to work part time at UPS, part time at GameStop, and still trying to find time to do school and pay for a place to live every week.
Uh,
And a lot of
sounds pretty humbling.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends like, "Hey, Mephi, let's go out and hang out." I can't. I just can't right now. And it pissed me off a lot. It put me in a very dark place mentally, where to the point where I just wanted to sleep all the time. But I couldn't because I still had to go. Until my dad could get back to work, I had to go. I couldn't stop for a minute. And now that even though I'm out of that situation, I'm fighting like hell to never get back into that situation.
I feel you there. Like, it took me about 5 years to get out. Then within a year, I had to go back, and then 5 years to get out again. So I understand that.
Yeah.
It's just part of life, but you're doing much better now from what you've told me.
Yeah. I tell you right now, it was not pretty.
Hey, we all have our dark, gritty origin story that made us the people we are today, for better or worse.
Oh yeah. All right. Move on to the next question. Kang, you got one?
Yes, alrighty. So, Mephi. Alright, I want to ask you this question. I want you to be 100% honest. There's no judgment, there's no hatred, nothing like that. That being said, I want you to know, this will determine how much I'm going to suplex you at MomoCon. Alright, so, what's your type of woman? Yes, this is on the test.
No. I get you. It's...
Is that Jujutsu Kaisen playing on your monitor over there?
Yeah, he just totoed me. He literally just totoed me. I'm not even gonna front. I like chunky girls. I really do. I don't mind. I don't have a problem with skinny girls. I never have. I just, growing up, I got picked on a lot for being the chunky kid, and it kind of left a sour note in my eyes, or a sour note in my heart, because it's like, shut the full fuck up, you stick. But no, I've always had a thing for like chunky girls or thick girls growing up, because either a lot of them were real cool people, or a lot of them were a lot more down to earth. Don't get me wrong, not every skinny girl I've ever come in contact with was a dick. No. That's not the problem. It's just that some girls that I've grown up with, or grew up knowing, were actually a little more comfortable. And even though some of them were shy about their figure and stuff like that, they still gave me the time of day where I could approach them and felt like I could actually have a meaningful conversation, or just be myself. I didn't feel like I had to act around, because I never pretended to be anybody else. Who you see or who you speak with, for me, is me. So I like a lot of big girls. So some of them, like I said, a couple of them I've never really got into an issue with. But yeah, if they have a nice chest, of course that's a plus. If they have the gift of cheeks, that's an automatic But yeah.
Alright, that's actually a good answer. Alrighty.
Nice. Very good.
And Mr. Nook, if you feel comfortable with it, you could also answer this question.
Sure. Well, my issue is I don't have just one type. I got a lot.
Ooh, spicy. It's gonna be good.
Like, I like all sorts of different types. I'm not one of those who go all types, but I'm just like, I like them if they're too tall. I like them if they're too short. I like them if they have some meat. I like them if they're skinny. I like them, if they're Asian, if they're Latina. I like a lot of different types. I will say I do have favorites like pale skin. I do like I do like pale.
Mm-hmm.
Like
We're not
hell,
without our preference. Yep.
Oh yeah, like hell. That's kind of why I'm kind of palish myself because I like being pale.
Sure enough, not bad.
It took me a while because I'm native, so I got some of that. Got a lot of that native blood in my genes, and we just kind of brown up.
Excuse me. That is fair.
But yeah.
Also,
so yeah, that's my issue.
if I can interject right quick,
Go for it.
A bonus. Any person that says muscular women are too manly, come see me.
My man.
You can't hear it right now, but you can hear my knuckles cracking right now. Come see me.
Nice.
But like I also stated, I do like the strong female type too.
Of course.
I look at Urabos and I'm like,
Urabos. Man, when they say tall, tan, and handsome, that's what I'm talking about over there.
You could grate cheese on those abs.
Honestly. Beautiful.
It's nice to know I'm hanging around a bunch of degenerates.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. It's about keeping yourself censored to the universe. I mean, to Earth and not going crazy.
Exactly.
It's more along the lines of being comfortable and true to yourself, you know?
That too. Yeah.
And mind if I get on the soapbox for a second, right quick? Just gotta prop this up right here, and so I believe in the philosophy that you need to feel comfortable in your own skin. I know that sometimes it's a lot more difficult than you think because of peer pressure or what society sees of you or what they want to see of you. The problem is, at the end of the day, society's not there when you close your eyes. When you shut the door, you are. So the best thing to do is, no matter what you feel or what you think, it's up to you. If you feel comfortable, if you say, for example, if you feel that, and I know this is not always a choice for certain people, how you're born and stuff like that. I'm never going to say get over that, because who am I to deny you of your individuality? Because I want you to thrive as who you believe you are. And I'm never going to say stop that. Because despite the fact that I was raised in I'm not going to say I was raised in this type of household. I was raised around a lot of older people that don't like change. So when you see a lot of people transitioning, they're like, why? And this is going to sound very controversial, and I apologize in advance for this, because this is the stuff that I've seen over the years. I don't keep this ideology. I can't stress this enough. I've seen a lot of old heads or OGs from back in the day see a woman that transitioned from a man to a woman. I see a lot of older people say, why is that dude acting like a bitch? Or why is that dude acting like a faggot? And I'm thinking to myself,
whoa,
are you really that close-minded? And unfortunately, a lot of people are like that. And I don't judge anyone, or at least I try not to judge anyone harshly and stuff like that. I want you to be you. Not the you that you put on a mask so you can actually try to go through society. I want you to be you. If you're a girl, be a girl. If you're a guy, be the best guy that you want to be. If you don't identify with either gender and you just want to be happy and find your own happiness, there's nothing wrong with that either. Because at the end of the day, you're a beautiful individual. And you need to know this, and you need to hear this. Because as a cis male, I struggled with finding myself for a long period of time. And like I said, that also attests to being an introvert. Nothing wrong with being an introvert, because sometimes keeping to yourself keeps you out of trouble. But sometimes it leaves you with thoughts that you're not happy to hear, and you sometimes want to give in to them. and I've struggled with that. But it took some time and some years to actually come with the idea that I want to find my own happiness. And I tried my hardest to, especially when it came to like cutting off a lot of old family members. But
Mm-hmm.
I've come to the conclusion that I need to work on myself.
Mm.
And I'm proud of who I am and who I've come to be over the years. I may not be the most dashing, handsome individual like some people would think out there that what I should look like to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm me. I'm
Shoot.
Mephi.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a straight man that is comfortable with my sexuality to the point where if you are, actually, it just kind of sounds weird. I'm just Mephi. I'm just
Yeah,
a guy
that's
that's
fine.
Yep.
I'm just Mephi. That's the best thing I can say.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And now I shall
kind
get off this soapbox.
that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to the realization and being self-aware is definitely part of the first step to enlightenment. So it is good to do so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I like to maintain. It's like, yeah, I am self-aware of things that I do, and I'm, you try to fix those things, or you just be like, hey, it's fine, you can do that,
Mm-hmm.
just as long as you're not hurting anybody, that's perfectly fine.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't get. I understand that, like, finding yourself is very difficult,
Hmm.
but you don't have to put down people just to make yourself happy. Because I've seen a lot of communities, whether it's of the LGBT, whether it's other
Hmm.
people, stuff like that, that some people, not saying all, but just
Mm-hmm.
some
Hmm.
people in certain communities just want to down you because of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you could put a lot more that negative energy towards something else and
Mm-hmm.
just be a better person. I know that's difficult because it's a struggle sometimes to
Hmm.
be good.
Oh
It's
yeah.
easy. It's easy to be evil. It's real easy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh
Tempting
yeah.
even.
Ain't
Hmm.
that the truth?
Yep. Man, it just
I
be
feel like
like
we've
that.
I feel like we veered off topic a lot. My bad.
It's fine. That's what we do here ourselves.
Oh yeah. This ain't the first time. It ain't gonna be the last.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So that was yours. That was. Let's see. Let's move on from the questions.
Mm-hmm.
Last time when me and Kang were here, we were talking about things. We kind of hinted at your arrival. One thing that kind of came up was like interesting crossovers, and I brought up the idea of they need to do like a tokusatsu, but I would like them to do it within the DC universe. And my idea was have a Dial H style tokusatsu. What do you think of
Ooh.
that?
Okay, that's actually not a bad idea because a lot of people don't know that Dial H is a very old
Mm-hmm.
comic book that I'm surprised when they brought it back the second time. From what my dad told me, he said, "Wait, they did that? Huh?"
Mm-hmm.
Because I first told him about it. I said, "What's Dial H?" He said, "Wait, what?" Because I think it was around the time they brought it back
Mm-hmm.
during like the New 52 relaunch,
Yeah. And it was
and
really interesting.
Nice.
because from what they said, the dial itself was like an ancient artifact. It was
Mm-hmm.
always at random.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
See,
imagine using that as a, not to sound like, just okay. Let's take your idea real quick. Let's take
yeah.
that and we build that and put it on a morpher.
Well, yeah, that's what it basically be. It would that would be like the morpher, and the idea would be like this dial, his dial would have like members of the Justice League or something, So he'd hit it and he'd become like Superman. But of course it'd be Monster of the Week, so it'd be like different people every week.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody did bring up the idea, like, and I did like it. What if just like my I'm gonna say it, Decade, probably my favorite common writer.
Hey,
they had a second writer, and he would turn into people who like from the movies or whatever.
you
It's
talking
been a
about
while.
the end?
Yeah, but I would think it'd be cool if he turned into like Elseworld like versions.
The funny thing about it is, the end. Okay, from what I remember, because I remember seeing the season a little bit ago, it's one of the shortest out of all the Kamen Rider seasons. Next to that season, Kang knows which season I'm referring to when I say that season.
Yeah.
But the end had so his morpher, or should I say driver, is a gun, and how a lot of people that don't know this, Decade uses the ability of cards to transform. Dien has the same ability, except he can't transform into secondary riders. He can summon them. He can summon them like minions.
Okay.
So imagine this dude just pulls out this blue blicky, puts a card in, cocks it, shoots it. Next thing you know, you just see Brave Knight. I'm sorry, wait. Why am I fighting two legendary riders? Because I can.
Okay. I guess that. I
It
guess
didn't
I
make it any
misinterpreted
better.
his powers.
No, you're good. It didn't make it
has
any
been a
better.
while.
It didn't make it any better that Dien was also a thief.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
I remember that he'd just be like, "Yeah, I'm out of here." It's like, "You're not gonna help?" Nah, I'm good.
He said, nah. Have fun though, you son of a.
Yeah.
It's like, bye.
But yeah, the idea for the other quote unquote rider would totally be like the Elseworld dial, and he would probably be able to actually like control who he kind of transforms into.
Yeah, Decade. Like I said, actually, Decade could do that. He could control and turn into whoever he wanted to, as long as he visited that parallel dimension of said rider.
Yeah.
Because the original story was he is basically the Beerus of the Kamen Rider universe. In order for creation, there has to be destruction. And his job was to go around the multiverse, destroying said universes, acquiring their rider power, so that way a new universe can be created. But because he had amnesia, shocker, this is a very common thing in writing. Well, writing, not writer. Actually, yeah, it is too. But this is, you get the idea. Anyway, he would, instead of killing or destroying the rider, he would befriend them and help them. Then the final episode, because he was like, "Okay, I did it. I stopped the degradation of the universe." Then they're like, "No, you didn't. You were supposed to destroy them, not be friends with them. And now they're coming after you." He said, "Wait, what? Yes, every rider in existence is coming to spin your block." Wait, he said, "Oh, damn. I don't want to do that." And what makes it worse, they leave Decade on a cliffhanger, unfortunately, until you see the crossover movie with him and Double. Then you come to find out he has not been okay. He's literally been killing off riders in the most relentless ways possible, and it's bad. I mean, it's real bad because when you see it, you see Skyrider from the Showa era working with Stronger and Kabuto, and they're like, "Yo, do you see him?" No. Next thing you know, you see like a deck of cards just floating, like interdimensional cards just flying after Skyrider. Then it kicks him out the sky and literally it obliterates him in one kick. And they're like, "Oh shit!" Then you just see Decade drop, but instead of being normal, you can see something's off. The jewel on his head is purple, and he turns and looks over at you with a cocked helmet, like, "Oh, he is him, right? He is him. Oh no!" Then and what makes it funny, the fastest person there, Kabuto, even he wasn't fast enough to get away from Decade. Because the funny thing about it is Kabuto has the ability, he can use the ability called Clock Up, where everything moves so slow, it's like a crawl. So imagine the Flash, right? When he's geeked the hell up on the Speed Force. Take that. Kabuto tried to run. Decade saw him, copied his Clock Up, ran him down, ended him and Stronger.
So kind of like how Superman was just like, "I see you, motherfucker," and Flash's like, "Oh, fuck."
Exactly. And everybody's like, "We really need to stop Tsukasa because Tsukasa is on one," and they sent everybody after him. They sent Jay after him. They sent Riot Troopers. They sent Blade King Form. They sent Kiva. They sent hell. Even the original versions of the Riders after him. And it came down to the point where the only person left to fight him was his friend Yosuke, aka Alter Kabuto. Not Kabuto, but Alter Kuga. He's like, I have to ascend beyond Ultimate just to beat you. He's like, didn't you know? I'm beyond that. And they start going at it left and right to the point where they actually destroyed a whole building. And it was so bad that he literally tore Kuga apart, and he was just on fumes. Damn. So his other best friend, who was with them the entire adventure, she was like, I don't want to see Tsukasa hurt anyone, or I don't want to see him hurting anymore, because he's not okay. But it came down to the point where she was the one that actually had to deliver the final blow, because she was like, I don't want to do this, but if it means putting an end to this rampage, I will stop you. So his friend, she got the ability to transform. I'm sorry, I'm spoiling a lot of this stuff for it. People have never watched this before if you're interested, but I gotta get this off my chest. Once I start, I have to stop sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie, that's me too.
I'm sorry. But she transformed into Kamen Rider Kavala, and when he ran up to fight her, he stopped, dropped his weapon, and she took her sword and ran it straight through his belt and through his navel and killed him instantly. He said, remember the riders. Then he faded away. And she's like, what the hell does that mean? And because of that, everyone that got ganked came back. And they're like, everyone but Tsukasa. But then they remembered some of his pictures, because he was a photographer, tried to be a photographer, always came out warped. So they start looking at old pictures of him, and they start remembering all the good times that they had with him. And you see slowly but surely an image walking towards them, rebuilding himself as Tsukasa. He's cured, he's fine, because unfortunately, Tsukasa can't die. Or so we thought, but that's the story for another day. But yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. It's like honestly, Mephi, you and hanging out with the other homies, it's like, I know so much more about Kamen Rider, and honestly, it's probably for the best that I do, because it's like, finally, now I don't feel like it's this niche thing I'll never get into. I actually like this shit.
It's entertaining. Like there's a rider for everybody. You like demons and vampires. You got Kamen Rider Kiva. You like street performers and end of the world apocalypse issues. Dime is right there. You like a mystery that actually is worth diving into. Can I introduce you to Kamen Rider Build?
Do you like horror? Oh man, let me tell you about Kamen Rider Shin, which, I'm gonna be real, Kamen Rider Shin was something I was not ready for when I watched that shit, because it's like,
I was ready for that.
I was like, whoa, because like at first I'm just like, okay, it seemed like it'll be alright. Where's Kamen Rider? Where's the goofy fun? Why is everybody dark and brooding? Why is this actual rider a literal bug? It's like, it didn't help when it was like the guy that he was fighting. It's like, oh boy, how do I kill this guy? Super mega explosion. I pull out a sword. Nah,
that
Mortal Kombat style fatality. I was like, oh,
you're like, hey, yo,
okay.
And he canonically did have sex.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's one of the few Kamen Riders that actually has sex.
He said,
on screen.
In a pool.
Bro.
And it led up to him having a child. Unfortunately, the mother didn't make it, but the baby survived. So
it was insane.
they used some of that footage for Masked Rider whenever they brought it over.
We don't talk about that.
And
I know, but hey, that's part of my childhood. I gotta talk about it.
It's mine too, unfortunately. But looking back at it as a grown adult, you're thinking to yourself, it's happened and we let it happen. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It's just so weird, because it's like every time I remember when they like brought up like, oh hey, Shin Kamen Rider's coming, and I'm just like, didn't we already do that? It's like a new one. It's like, no, it's just OG Kamen Rider, but a little more serious. or at least different tone. Anyways, of serious, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I was like,
I
oh,
know
well, at least don't gotta bring up that actual bug common writer. And then I realized, oh, he's in that one season where he meets up with the other writers, and now he just stands out so much.
Yeah. But funny thing about it is, Kang, now that you bring this up, it's not the first time they've done this, actually.
Oh, I know. I'm just like, this is the one that stood out to me.
Gotcha. Now I'll talk about the different tone for bringing back the OG, because they did it twice. Because they made movies, they were reboot movies. You had Kamen Rider the First, which was supposed to be a retelling of Kamen Rider, Ichigo, which is the first one, and Nigo, and it was great. The suits were dope. The bike was nasty.
Yeah, didn't we watch that?
I think we tried to.
Because I remember like there was a Kamen Rider. He was like in pure black, and he just like whooped the shit out of these guys like real fast, and then he'd like jump, like he jumped in, whooped their ass, and then he like jumped back.
Yeah.
Then there was the sequel, Kamen Rider the Next, which was supposed to be the retelling of Kamen Rider V3. And how they tried to introduce it was nano machines. Yes, we went Metal Gear on you, bitch.
It's insane, bro.
But I had fun with it, and that's what a lot of tokusatsu shows are. They're fun. I mean, they don't make sense sometimes, but the writing is so good that you're like, this is interesting.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, when was the last time I had fun with a TV show?
Exactly.
I don't have to be like a little kid just to enjoy stuff anymore. I mean, yes, adulting sometimes sucks, but at the end of the day, I ain't hurt nobody. I'm just watching a show.
You think I care about me being a quote unquote kid when I'm watching Sonic Prime or any of these other shows? That shit's busting, bro. No matter the age.
Did you guys watch that, by the way?
No. We were started a while back.
I watched
it. You gotta watch it.
I'm gonna have to watch it because I was going to watch it with Vin, Geeky, and Dapper and Kang, but Vin never has a proper schedule like us, or should I say, his schedule is kind of all over the place.
It's okay.
Yeah. We'll all come together eventually. But yeah.
Like a Cheerio.
Or sometimes we'll start something and then like I'm hearing that we finished it. I'm like, wait, no we didn't. I wasn't there. And you're like, oh yeah, we finished it. Like, damn it, boys.
It was like, damn.
It's like,
we were watching Reanimated and we were like, we're gonna stop this because Vin fell asleep. I'm like, oh, okay.
Man.
And then like 2 weeks later, I'm just like, so when are we gonna watch this? Like, oh yeah, we finished that. Like, motherfuck.
Here's the perfect gif right here in the chat where it shows me trying to catch up with everybody while they're watching. They're like, wait, come back, wait.
It's like, guys, wait for me. I just got off.
Now there's times where they call while I'm at work, and it's like the last couple hours of my shift or the last 30 minutes of my shift. I'm like, guys, I can talk, but I can't watch anything. And here's the funny thing about it is, I highly doubt my supervisor's going to hear this. But there have been times where he's walked in, I've had you guys in my ear, but the screen turned down so he can't tell that I'm talking to anybody. And I'm like, so, wait, did you do this? Did you do this? I'm like, yes. So, okay, but I need you to do this. Are you listening to me? Yes, I am.
Like,
and I actually am, because I have the ability to multitask because my conscience is split.
This is insane. Oh my gosh.
So, are there any... would there be any properties you'd like to see tokusatsuized?
I mean, technically, a lot of the MCU is Toku, basically. If you stop and think about it for a second, Tokusatsu basically is just nothing more but highly stylized drama with CG effects and added things like that. Looks at the MCU.
Yeah.
I get you, but still, I mean, there's something you wouldn't mind if they adapted over.
Honestly.
Like if they let Japan actually like have their hands in it.
Shit.
If they let Japan get away with making a Tokusatsu Spider-Man again, I'd be all for it.
Yo, Mephi,
But
get the fuck out of my head, bro. I was just about to say that shit.
no, here, I'll raise you one. The champions. Make that into a Tokusatsu. The new champions.
Oh yeah, literally.
It's close to it already as it is. You
Yeah.
got multiple kids with attitude.
It's like genuinely, it's literally like you can make that to like a literal new Sentai and everything. Which I'm gonna be real, bro. It just writes itself. It's like new heroes, up and coming. They're quirky. They're fun. They could be like doing stuff. It is literally the champions. I'll be real. Dawn Brothers is almost the equivalent to the champions. All right. It's like literally just like a bunch of young dumb kids doing heroic shit and kind of being goofy. Like it's a perfect balance, bro.
Is that the team of Speedball?
No, that's
not Speedball.
No, that's the
I
Warriors. That's
I'm not familiar with. I guess
yeah.
I'm not familiar with the champions. Who are they?
Oh yeah, they're literally
the
like
team where Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, and Sam Alexander Nova when they work with Amadeus Cho Hulk, VV Vision, Cyclops from the past, as well as. Well, that's the first team anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which spoiler alert, he's not from the past because they were like, actually, he's from an alternate universe.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Because like basically, they just made that team for the simple fact that after like Civil War 2, where they're kind of just like, you know what, fuck the Avengers, fuck Shield, we're doing our own thing, and they literally just did that. Because like honestly, after all that shit, I don't blame them. I mean, Miles almost got taken in to custody for like not even doing anything, and I'm just like, damn, a white woman trying to arrest a young black man. If that ain't the warning right there.
And to make it worse, it was my favorite character too, because I actually like Carol Danvers. I liked her before the movie came out, and I still do, because let's be honest, she's one of those characters like, I've made mistakes. Okay, I made a lot of mistakes. I can write a book about it. Actually, I can fill a bookshelf with how many mistakes I've made, but it's not the point.
It's like, guys, I fucked up.
She knows she's fucked up.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
And it's like regardless of the fact, it's like I see her trying to like do better. It's like, what, that's fair. And it's kind of just like she fucks up. A lot of people involved will fuck up. Heroes in general fuck up. You've seen DC. Nobody's safe there.
Exactly. Hell, my favorite superhero of all time, Spider-Man, it goes through fuck-ups on a daily basis, unfortunately.
Actually, Mephi, before you continue that leads me to my quick question.
Yeah, go for it.
What is the hero, what was like your all-time favorite hero that made you the person that you are today? Or that helped make you the person that you are today?
Flip, dude.
There you go.
Spider-Man.
Just had to get out there beforehand.
I mean,
how about your favorite villain?
It's a hard one. Originally, it was Owlman, because in Evil Batman. That's terrifying as fuck.
I don't know why people haven't.
DC Metal happened.
I've always said, bro, we're always capitalizing on evil Superman, evil Batman, bro. Come on, man. There's more variety.
Evil Batman is terrifying. Then they decide, okay, we'll give you evil Batman, but instead we're going to mix him with the Joker. I'm sorry, say what?
Yeah.
The Batman Who Laughs is a literal nightmare, and I love it. And I hate it at the same time.
He's so off the rails. Holy shit.
And to make it worse is he has all of the intelligence of Batman and the Joker. Which, don't get me wrong, Joker is not an idiot by any means, especially half the schemes he's came up with. But to add the methodical brain of Batman with the insanity and the chaos of Joker is downright terrifying. How he killed everyone in his universe is just downright scary. He told the whole Bat family, something's wrong. We're on pretty much critical black. Okay, what do we do?
Oh yeah.
Someone is infiltrated the Bat family and is going to cause us damage. Okay, who? Me. Then pulls out a gun and just starts spraying everybody. I'm like, yo, wait! Then sorry to cut you off.
No
Now,
problem.
then what
No
he
problem.
does to with Superman and Jonathan was terrifying. He gave them black kryptonite and made them tear each other apart while Lois was there. So
Mhm.
all three of them died. Then he put a smile on the wall in blood, laughing about it. I said, "That's fucked up.
Mm.
You're fucked up."
Mhm.
So let me ask you. I think you might have already answered it, but I'll go ahead and ask you. So what do you think's more dangerous? Evil Batman with his sanity or with his insanity?
I feel like any adaptation of an evil Batman is nightmare fuel because, like I said, you have to worry about the sheer tenacity and the
Mm-hmm.
intelligence behind everything. It's calculated chaos.
Mhm.
And don't get me wrong, normal chaos is already kind of like
Mm-hmm.
a problem as it is, and we kind of
Yeah.
need that every now and then. But uh,
Honestly.
I get you.
Mhm. That is always kind of insane, and I guess it kind of adds to just like if you don't mind me talking about my like favorite villain right
Go
now,
for it. Go
I
for
guess it would have to be. This is gonna be a weird one. This is from a manga. Rao, Kenshiro's
Oh yeah.
brother from Fist of the
Hell
North Star,
yeah.
because that's my current
Talk
hyperfixation
it.
right now.
Talk it. Talk it.
yeah, do it.
I just like him for the simple fact that this is a man that had to like deal with the fact that his younger brother is like going to lead the next generation of like to teach like the way of like Hokuto no Ken, the Fist of the North Star and everything. And it's just like he's pissed off, but he has to be reluctant about it because it's like that's his brother, that's who his master chose and everything. But when the world ends and we're in this post-apocalyptic future and all that stuff, he thinks Kenshiro's dead. He's like, all right, fuck it, I'll make my own path. And he literally gets his big ass horse and just like decides to lead his own army. And it's just like anybody who fucks with me is gonna get these hands, literally. And that's exactly. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
Jaggy, you want these hands? No, I don't want those hands. Okay.
exactly.
Know your place.
Exactly.
Look it up. Look it over. I'm like, you say something? No.
It's like,
So
it's like, nah,
I'll
bro.
just wear my mask. I'll just wear my helmet.
Exactly.
Don't hurt me.
I'll just wear my
I
helmet
thought
and leave
so.
my own way. Because, like, literally at that point, because Rao just literally ends up leading a regime in his own hands. All because he's just like, fuck it. I'll be my own leader and all that stuff. But it's like, and he comes across Kenshiro, his brother, and all that stuff. And he, like, sees him in different ways. And he's kind of just, like, hearing stories about his brother. And he's just like, well, shit. I guess he's leading his own path, too. I'll have to fight him eventually, but nah. But then it's like, even as he's going through all that, he kind of learns. Even after kind of like killing a bunch of people, pretty much killing a lot of dads and leading a lot of mourning people because he sees himself as like the necessary evil. He's kind of learning from all this stuff, especially when he loses his like old childhood friend and kind of like love interest at the time who died protecting one girl. And he kind of values like life after that, and also killing his other brother Toki. Yeah, that's another spoiler for Fist of the North Star. People are interested, and he's kind of just like, damn, I should have been better. And now he kind of just leaves it up to Ken to like take him out. Granted, he's still going out swinging, but he knows Ken's gonna have to be the one to eventually kill him.
Yeah.
And then he just dies a warrior's death, standing on his feet. With his fist raised in the air, and I'm just like, damn, he's so complex and cool.
Guys, can I ask y'all a quick question?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Have we done this already?
Done what?
I'm getting this odd sense of deja vu. Sorry, it feels like I've talked to you guys already like this.
We might have, but this is presenting it to an audience, my man.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty.
How about this exact same scenario?
Oh no, trust me, we definitely had these before, especially in like different VC calls and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I assure you, yes, we have probably had these similar talks before, but not to this degree.
Yeah.
It just feels like this exact same moment in time I've seen this before. Not important. Sorry about that. Just
I understand. Like sometimes you want to measure the way of time works, and when something goes over itself once again, it just kind of throws into a weird perspective.
Oh yeah, and it's like it's pretty much what happens when you've been around people for so long. You feel like you've known them for a lifetime, even.
Yeah,
especially when you've gotten close to them.
Yeah, I've just had like weird senses of deja vu a lot lately.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's fine, dude. You're fine. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes, speaking of weird time distortions, if I don't have my phone or any way to keep time, sometimes I don't believe time actually moves. You know, I'm just like, if I don't have a way to just measure it, it feels like time doesn't move at all. It could, be going from light to dark, but I'm just like, I don't know what fucking time it is though. I mean, and it's like, I don't know what time it is. Okay, well, without a clock or anything, like, I know it's gone day to night. Is it Tuesday? Is it Thursday? Did it come back to Monday? You know, that type of stuff.
It's like literally, it's like, I'll be real with you, Mephi, is when I went to when pretty much COVID and everything hit and all that stuff, like during the pandemic and all that, and I was out of the job. I was out of the job and out of school. I just lost track of the days. I know what time it was. I know what day it was. I would fall asleep on Sunday, and then I would wake up and it's already Friday. I'm like, what happened?
Yeah.
Dude, imagine doing that while working 12-hour shifts back to back with barely a day off from time to time because of the stupid job that I had beforehand.
Exactly.
Not to say that my job was stupid. I guess it was the people that I work for that made it stupid.
I could say that with my full chest. I understand that completely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, it's just like that.
Yeah. I guess I've always said my favorite villain. Oddly enough, I'd probably definitely say Magneto.
Yes.
He's probably my all-time favorite villain.
Yes.
Really bad is Magneto, even though they consider him a villain. I mean, he's done some very heinous shit. There's but his evolution over the years have shown that yes, he is a good person, but he is aware that sometimes, kind of like the person that they modeled him after, Malcolm X, the price of freedom for people sometimes is death, and sometimes you have to fight for what you truly believe in for your cause, and it can be a good thing. It's sometimes doing a horrible thing for a good reason. And it's kind of, it hits home a lot for certain things, because you stop and think before yourself, like, am I the bad guy, or am I really a hero? And Magneto, I think, for a long period of time, he's been branded as a bad guy for so long that he doesn't even know who he is anymore. And you can see that over the years of his evolution until the most recent reboot, where he's just a radical teacher. Then again, I feel like he's always been a radical teacher, And in the most recent runs for Jonathan Hickman stuff, he's still that dude. Make no mistake.
Oh yeah, that's why I find him most intriguing, because he's very multifaceted.
Oh yeah, he's very complex, and that's just partially why it's like, he does keep you guessing. It's like, what he's doing to the extreme, but it's like, as you get older, you kind of realize, hey, did he have a point? Does he have a point about this stuff? I mean, yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah. I keep meaning to get one of those Magneto's right shirts, but I always forget about it.
Damn.
Like, like when you have money, you're always like, I'm gonna buy this, but then you kind of forget about it, and then after you're like, funds are low, you're like, oh shit, I meant to buy this.
Or my favorite of all, emergency bill.
Yeah, or emergency bill comes up. Or it's like your parents ask you, what do you want for Christmas? And you're like, throughout the year, you're like, I want this, this, and this, and then when they're like, what do you want for Christmas? You're like, I don't know.
Exactly.
then after Christmas time, you're like, fuck, I wanted that.
I literally wanted this Sun Wukong staff replica that they have on Amazon, and I'm just like, damn, I really want that. Oh well, maybe next time.
Yeah, exactly.
So trust me, I know that feeling well.
Yeah.
I have so many things backed up in my Amazon cart.
Yeah. Interesting kind of thought I kind of had while driving.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming from somebody who's kind of a legacy person, so I do apologize. You know how basically sometimes comics, they're made, then things are changed, you know, within the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes don't vibe with it, but the thing is, I would be okay if they didn't like change it from, you know, the original character.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll say this, like, I apologize, I don't want flack, but I don't, this one does kind of bother me.
Yeah.
When they turned, and you know, I'm open to everything. Like I try not to bring any hatred.
Talking about Alan Scott.
Yes, thank you.
I felt like I had to be the one to do it for you.
I don't want to talk about it because it's very controversial.
Part of me wants to know, so if you want to talk about it later, send it to me.
No, I'm telling you. Basically, when the New 52 happened and they had Earth 2.
Oh, yeah.
No. Here's the part.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, when they turned him gay, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought it was perfectly fine, like the way that they handled it over there. But whenever they brought it all back together, they decided to change the initial Earth Alan Scott gay, and made him like cry to his children that he's been living a lie all of his life. When back in the day, original Alan Scott, like, he was really uneasy about his son being gay. So it's just like, I feel like
he was being hypocritical.
Well, yeah, but also I feel like the change was possibly insincere. And this is conspiracy theory, you know, not real. But I feel, you know how they turned Iceman gay? He was one of the oldest superheroes ever. Yeah. So I wonder if maybe DC might have done the same thing to try to get ahead of that. Be like, hey, our guy's even older, which canonically makes him the oldest gay character.
Damn.
Which, like I said, that's conspiracy. That's conspiracy. Like, and I'm not saying it's true or not, and I'm not saying I'm specifically right, but you know.
Oh yeah, no.
No, you're good.
I mean,
it's like,
I mean, honestly, Nook, it's a better conspiracy than what this one guy tried selling me on because, like,
really,
well, a while back, this is kind of a weird. I'm just gonna make this a short story because this is just very complicated. Basically, one guy basically told me, like, you know, how Marvel was being very, you know, freaking, you know, basically, you know, hating against like the Jewish culture and everything, all because, like, you know, they basically had like the Muslim characters and everything in Marvel, or like not Kamala Khan, but like basically just like when the X-Men were like in this like freaking basically, it was so weird. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time explaining because I'm still trying to understand what the person was even talking about. He basically tried selling me on this video of a guy talking about how Marvel doesn't like Jews because of like this like whole jewelry store thing in the background of like a Marvel comic with like a kitty card. Oh, you know about that? Yeah.
I know it was a very convoluted thing and it just made no damn sense.
And there's a lot of people try to do that a lot with certain things, like just try to say this is this because what they think is this. Don't get me wrong, I don't have your own thought, by all means, but some of them are very weird.
Like, didn't that store say something like, no, like it was missing like an L where it said jewelry?
Yeah.
Or something stupid like that?
Yeah, where the artist had to like clear up saying like, hey yo, nah, I apologize, I just fucked up in the spelling, y'all.
Yeah.
And I'm just
that's what was over Mephi.
Yeah.
It was over that shit.
Yeah, I remember seeing that shit and I'm just like, this is a huge leap in boundaries, even for me, my guy, and I'm wearing the Hotep hat.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, what the
But
so trust me, how you feel is way better than that.
But all they had to do is just be like alternate universe, and that would feel fine. Like
Oh yeah, because anything's possible with that.
Yeah, like hell. Human Torch is black. That's fine. Alternate universe. He's not. They're not directly changing, Johnny Storm or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Wolverine and Hercules, they're in the Navy. They're seamen now. Got respected.
Exactly. Hell, I was reading this. I forgot what it's called. Like, it was X-Men story where it was like different X-Men from different points in the multiverses like came together, and then they formed their own team, and they were going around killing like evil. Yes, and like
the Extreme X-Men. That was interesting story, actually.
Wow.
It was hilarious because like it showed a panel of like it showed a panel of like Wolverine, like I think his name was like Holmes or something. I forget.
James Howlett, Commander James Howlett.
Yeah, and it's him and like Hercules like talking to one panel, and you suddenly see his leg haul up on Hercules, like, oh, damn, that's happening.
No.
It's funny because when they first introduced Commander Howlett for the Extreme X-Men, I remember the story was, and don't quote me on this, just in case I'm wrong, that
it's fine.
Him and Hercules were fighting. I forgot. They were just going apeshit, fighting some demons and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. And things got a little heavy and hot, and to the point where Hercules and him decided that, wow. And I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I did not have a problem with that, because let's be honest, you can actually see a lot of that stuff within the culture for a lot of Greek and Roman stuff like that, because especially how the soldiers were trained. So
exactly,
you get it. But the thing that gets me the most is Hercules' father, Zeus, was like, I don't care I don't care about that. I don't. It's the fact that you did it with a mortal. Like, I beg your pardon?
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, hey, yo, Zeus. I know damn well you ain't talking, cuz.
I said, all the times you done fucked around behind my Hera's back, which, mind you, people keep forgetting, Hera was also his mother, if I remember correctly. So you already in the wrong.
It's like, damn, bro, you from Alabama and you cheat, bro. Pick a struggle.
Listen, dude, you can't you can't judge your son
how you gonna be
for loving a mortal, and yet A, you're cheating on your wife, who's your mother, and B, you keep impregnating random women all around Greece.
It's like, bro,
chill.
It's like, bro, how you gonna be the god of gods, telling people how to do and live their lives, and you're out here doing this shit, bro? Come on now.
Exactly.
You literally can't talk.
Honestly, bro. Shit. Got me fucked up, bro.
But I was thinking, but I'm sorry. I think the side we definitely side tangent, which is fine. But I think it'll lead to a good point. Like, I was thinking to myself, alternate universe. I wouldn't mind a black Professor X.
That'd be interesting, actually.
I mean, we've never seen one. I mean, we've seen a black Cyclops. I mean, hell, there's one right there in the Extreme X-Men.
I'm genuinely surprised no one's ever just said, fuck it, X-Men. Both Magneto and Professor X, they're black now in that particular universe.
I understand. I would... I don't know why Magneto's the one I would be the problem with, but then again, I guess there could be black Jewish people. It's hard to separate that in my mind.
I get it.
And but then again, somebody did bring up the point of that would be kind of too on the nose, because they're based on Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. But I don't know why I feel like Professor X would probably be, more suited
to just make him
what
black,
I mean?
Man. I see where you're coming from with it, though.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, make that like the current be-all, end-all, Professor X. I'm just saying,
just a possibility.
I think as an alternate universe, that would be interesting.
And then here's where someone comes out of the blue and say, you're making it political.
I'd be like,
see, that's
something.
We ain't doing that here.
What are you saying, Kay? What are you saying, Kay?
No, I was just gonna say it's like I'd be like, yo, that's crazy, bro. Anyways, I'm gonna do that anyways because
Exactly.
who's writing this story, baby? Me,
Right?
not
Exactly.
you.
You're
Fuck
free,
you.
You're free to write it however you want.
But like, I know what you mean. Because like, and I guess going back to like the whole Alan Scott thing. I mean, I get what you mean. I mean, I'll be real with you, Nook. You seem more pissed off when he had a beard.
Well,
It did look weird.
I mean,
Nah, I think Aquaman's the one I actually have a beard problem with, but that's another story.
really?
Yeah, it's just I'm not a big fan of that design.
That's fair.
That's a first.
Hell yeah, you never heard anybody not like
Literally
Aquaman's beard?
Literally no one. Honestly, a lot of people have said that is probably the best glow up for Aquaman and actually has him stand out more, especially when he was in Justice League, which, for better or
Especially
worse,
when
I
he was
like
hard.
Aquaman. I just kind of like classic Aquaman. Classic Aquaman just did irreparable damage to his reputation. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I've always liked the classic look, so that's why I'm just like, I think it was too much of its time. That's also because it was the '90s and gruff and edgy.
That is,
and that part of time for that character was really fucked up.
It happened, and we let it happen.
That is.
I know. He was like, it was like, hey, how about we chop off his hand? Oh, okay, and replace it with the trident. Okay, whatever. How about we kill his son? It's like, what?
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Who let you in here?
Exactly.
Why do you actually want to ruin Aquaman's life?
Here's the kicker. We'll say Black Manta did it. Okay, you're trying to get people to hate us.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Bro, they really actually said, fuck Aquaman.
But I guess the main question was, so, is there anything like that for you guys? Like, anything that's like, you wouldn't mind possibly a change? Or is there something that's like legacy that you would not change, I guess?
I don't have a problem with legacy characters, honestly. I just hate how... You first, Kay.
Actually, no, you go ahead, Mephi. I want to hear you.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fine to hear both sides, so go for it, man.
When it comes to legacy characters, I actually don't mind that because at the end of the day, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. A lot of heroes are mortal, whether you like it or not. They have mortality. They are going to kick the bucket eventually. So we need someone that's going to actually keep their values as well as keep their legacy going, because that's basically what they are. They're characters that are trying to show that that person is still here. So a good example is Miles Morales' Spider-Man during the end of the Ultimate Peter Parker run, where Ultimate Peter Parker died. And a lot of people, I at first wasn't too happy about it at first. I was like, Peter shouldn't die, but then again, normal Peter died once too, and I was like, he'll come back. But then I remember, this is the Ultimate Universe. Usually when people kick the bucket, they don't come back. So I was like, yeah. They did that one story where they brought Peter back, and it's like, you
were doing so good.
You see Nook over here just like foaming at the mouth. You talking about it's like.
I'm sorry to make you uncomfortable, but we gotta go ahead and address this.
It's like you were doing so good. It's like you were doing so good with that story.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, I think that's one of the only times I actually appreciate Brian Michael Bendis' writing that I actually could read, mind you. But I didn't like the idea of Miles Morales as Spider-Man at first. So I was like, he looks like he's gonna cry, and he did. But then I actually started reading his story, and I got it. I was like, okay. Plus, I was already kind of detached from Spider-Man already at that point, because Superior Spider-Man was starting up at that point, literally right around the corner for that. So I was automatically like, y'all just really don't want Peter to be Spider-Man anymore, do y'all?
I can't believe Marvel was shortly ran by Kraven the Hunter for a while, because damn, it was just killing off Peter, bro. Holy shit.
Right?
You're bringing up another storyline that makes me go,
Yeah. Hey, at least, think of it this way, Nook. At least I didn't bring up the clone conspiracy or the clone saga.
that's
Which
where
one,
they really
Mephi?
stepped in it.
I said
Exactly.
the first one.
I do apologize. I think I might have used the word legacy wrong. That's not what I meant, but
I know.
I'm happy that you're going for it. I'm happy that you're going for it, but I meant like keeping,
Okay, sorry. You're right. I think I did take it out of my own context. What did you mean exactly?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know how certain characters should stay the same. Like, that's what I kind of mean by legacy, like old school, like, should kind of stay the way they are, and then, like, things should branch off from there instead of, changing the...
like, if it ain't broke, don't fix. If it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of mentality?
Yeah, kind of like, like the Alan Scott thing is, like, changing something completely dramatic about that character without, saying it's a different person.
Oh, well, if we're going that route, then
sorry. I meant sometimes I kind of perceive people knowing what I talk about sometimes.
No,
It'd be like that.
If we're talking about that one subtle change that pissed everybody off, then boy, do I have one for you. So remember Steve Rogers, Captain America, that run?
Oh, I know where you're going.
I know where this is going.
Yeah. The first issue, we're thinking everything's cool. Hey, Cap, you're doing really good. What the? Why'd you push your teammate off the? What the fuck, Steve? What the hell is wrong with you, Hail Hydra?
Hail Hydra. What? Hail Hydra. What? Hail Hydra, bitch.
You're like, I didn't read that.
It's like, bro, that's one scene that pissed everybody off, bro.
Dude, it had every right to. It's like oh my god.
It got to the point where even Deadpool made a joke about that shit. It's just like, hey man, could have been worse. Could have been like Steve, or literally in like one panel where like Steve was just like, where Deadpool's like mass texting everybody, hey, what's everybody doing? And Steve's just like putting on his Hydra outfit, like, oh, nothing special. Him putting on the Hydra outfit, I'm like, damn.
Damn.
It was just insane. And I guess, for me, a legacy moment that I could say I guess for me, in my opinion on legacy characters, is that I'm here for a lot of it. And I pretty much say a lot of it because it's like, I don't mind when things kind of have to like change. Not drastically, but just enough where it's kind of just like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I know a lot of people are kind of off and on about like Carol being like Captain Marvel, but I'm like, honestly, where's the original Captain Marvel? Where's Marvel? That nigga died like years ago, and he's like Uncle Ben dead. He's gonna stay dead. So
but then I think a lot of people got irritated by it because not just the fact that she was becoming Captain Marvel. Man, you got to remember something. We already had one. She's right there. Monica is right there, and she even made a joke about it. So what do you see down there, Captain Marvel? We're doing this. I don't know what you're talking about, Captain Marvel.
No, trust me. And that's the thing about Monica. I love her a lot, and I'll have. And one of these days, Nook, we're gonna talk about that. But I'll put that on the side for now. I will say this: she went by different names such as Spectrum and all that stuff. So it's kind of just like or even just using her straight up real name. Just straight up Monica and everything like that. So it's
Polaris.
Just like, Polaris. I almost forgot about that one. So it was just like, after all that, it was just like, she was kind of just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just doing me. She just let Carol have the name, and that's just what happened. And, plus since nobody was really going by Miss Marvel at the time, Kamal Khan just came along. It's just like, yeah, I fucks with this. And I like that. I genuinely thought she was pretty much a good character from the jump. It's like, I know not everybody was a fan of her, but I thought like off the jump, she was fun, she was quirky, she had her own unique powers, and it's like, she wasn't really stealing anyone's name. It's not like just like, oh, you're not the real Miss Marvel. All right, then where is she? Well, where is she, bro? Yeah, you got me. I'm saving your ass right now. Get in my big ass hand.
Or get in my pocket.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like, I thought she was fun. So, And as far as like Miles goes, I genuinely say like I feel like Peter has earned his retirement because at this point, bro has done
Multiple
it
times
all.
over.
Bro has done it all at this point. He's fought the Goblin. He's fought genuine, damn near gods and other people. He has saved the city on multiple occasions on his own without the Avengers' help. Bro has
Still get
literally
shitted
just,
on.
bro at this point should just like, you know what, bro? I've had my fun. It's time for me to go. And then that's
Oh
what
yeah.
happened. And I feel like Miles can definitely pick it up because he's Brooklyn Spider-Man. I love that guy, and
Yeah.
I definitely say he's done more than enough to earn his right as Spider-Man. I know he's got like more adventures ahead of him. So it's just like when everybody's out here talking about, oh, well, you see, his name's Miles, not Spider-Man. No, his name is Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. Shut the fuck up.
Or my favorite one. Oh, sorry to cut you off. Nook. I don't mean. I keep doing that a lot.
Hey, no, it's fine, dude. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll just add. Unfortunately, and I'm a big proponent of this, and I do apologize. I gotta state it.
Go ahead.
Even Marvel doesn't call him Spider-Man. They always add Miles Morales,
which is
or
weird.
they refer to him as Miles Morales.
I was actually going to talk something about that too because everybody's like, they don't do that to Peter Parker. Looks over at Peter Parker's Spider-Man comic books. But they have that as the title. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, but like if you go to a book with like Spider-Man, I mean, it's they normally don't be like Peter Parker, like how they do Miles Morales. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no. And it's kind of just weird how they do also have that as well. It's like sometimes I'll be looking at the Amazing Spider-Man, Peter Parker, or the Spectacular Spider-Man, Peter Parker, or literally had that one comic where it just said Peter Parker, no Spider-Man, just Peter Parker on the cover with the Spider-Man font. And I'm
my favorite one, The Misadventures of Peter Parker.
Exactly. Oh yeah, that's a classic one.
Yeah,
it's kind of just like they know who these characters are. It's just that's just how it is. Or hell, even in Ultimate Spider-Man, when it was like Miles's run, they did just call him. Oh yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man.
They did all new Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that too. So it's kind of. So, I get it. It's just, they really just need to be confident in just calling him Spider-Man, not worry about the distinguishing. It's just like, this is Spider-Man. That's who he is.
Let him cook.
And then, like I've always said, they'll eventually do it whenever they let him retire or they kill Peter Parker. For real.
Oh yeah, like, y'all, it's either time to, like, kill him off or just let this man retire. Let him sell down Mary Jane.
Yeah. And then actually let him actually give him the Spider-Man legacy,
Oh yeah.
That or other people will try to say, well, we already have a replacement Spider-Man. His name is Ben Reilly. No. Ben had his time as Spider-Man, and even he has said, I don't like wearing your name. Despite the fact that he's wearing his middle name and his aunt's name. But we're not going to talk about that.
And we're not going to talk about the character assassination that they did to him recently.
Oh, yeah.
Times.
And
I guess... I'm looking at you, Chasm.
Yeah, the demon.
Say something, King Chasm. By all means.
This is just like, it's just like at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of like legacy characters can work. Like, I'll say this. As much as I'm kind of like iffy on the whole like X-23 going by Wolverine nowadays, I will say I'm not gonna sit here and not understand why. It's mostly because like for the longest time, Logan has been fucking dead and or just going by Logan. So it's like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I don't understand why. So him doing that and also or her doing that, or like the whole like Falcon being Captain America. It's just like Steve is old or dead or literally just going by Steve Rogers. So it's like, yeah, of course he's going to take out the Captain America mantle. That's been his boy since day one. We already saw what Bucky did, and it failed. So it was like, why not? So
yeah,
I'm all for that.
So, did you answer the question, or was that Mephi's answer?
I'm pretty sure that's like both of our answers at the end of the day.
Or no, hold on. Yeah, because man, we got crazy.
I know, right?
Yeah.
This is what happens when you're passionate about these things.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but and I was gonna say insult to injury. And then later on they were like, oh yeah, that wasn't Iceman from the past. That's Iceman from an alternate universe. So he's not really the time travel,
bro.
But that makes no sense though, because they established that this bothers me now, because they've already established if something happens to the younger X-Men, the all-new X-Men, if they get hurt or get ganked, future current versions of them can also disappear too, because they showed Cyclops, when he got almost put in a pack, normal Cyclops almost ceased to exist. So make it make sense that are they actually the past versions or alts from another dimension?
Like you feel free to research that if you want. As far as I know, it was they retconned it as alternate universe.
It doesn't make any sense, because during the War of the Realms saga for the champions, they had their own tie into it as well too, because everybody Cyclops came and joined Kamala, and he even said it's been a while. That's what I was, why? Make it make sense,
bro. This is what happened. Bro, this is why I feel bad for like comic book writers, because it's literally just like, hey, what did the last guy do? Oh, that doesn't matter. Just do your own thing. I mean, does it? I kind of want some consistency. Do your own thing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, sometimes I wish we could all just meet the previous writers and just be like, hey, what did you do? Well, see, I had this story and that story, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go off of that and continue where you left off. All right, cool, thank you. And just because you need some consistency. This is why comics are just all over the joint, bro. Shit. Fuck consistency. God, Lord.
Oh, I know. That's why they used to have but before they killed Superman, they used to have the conferences, like once a year type of thing, where they would go, where all the writers would kind of go in and hash out what they were going to do with Superman, like once a year.
Damn.
Yeah. And then one of those meetings, somebody's like, "We could kill him," and nobody remembers who, or maybe they don't want to take credit for coming up with that idea.
I will say the Superman dying was one of the most controversial and biggest news stories to ever happen in comics. That's all I could say.
And it almost took the comic book industry with them.
Yeah. Damn. It's like, guys, how do we almost kill the comic book industry? Oh, we'll just kill like one of the first superheroes ever. Say what? Yeah.
Iconic superheroes of all time.
It's like, actually. Damn.
Then try to double back over themselves. Like, no, he wasn't actually dead. See, he was in a healing coma. Then everybody looks at you like, fam.
Thank you.
Come on, son.
Thank you, Death of Superman.
Yeah. And then Marvel's like, hey, is it too late to do the Clone Saga?
Oh my gosh.
We struck gold with the Venom Saga.
And honestly, I think that kind of circles back to what we were talking about in the whole thing, because maybe that's just why legacy characters are just hard to do or hard to like move on from the past, because it's like, if killing Superman almost shut everything down, that should tell you why people are paranoid to just move on, because it's like, oh boy, look what happened the first time.
Yeah,
it's not like they had any issues trying to replace Superman again.
Yeah.
Jonathan, why are you sitting in the corner over there? Go do something.
Hey, Kara, how you doing over there, girl?
You good?
Hey, Jonathan, what if we age you up to be Superman?
It's like, wait, what? I thought I was 10.
No, you're aged up now. You're welcome.
No. You have the body of a 21-year-old.
Holy shit! Shonen Jump logic. Let's go.
Pretty much.
And Damien's like, bro, we were just.
It's like, bro, what?
Bro, we were just hanging out. What the hell?
It's like, bro,
this is some bullshit.
It's like, sucks to be you. Flies off to the sunset.
So then he flies off to go meet his boyfriend. Say, "Hey, yo, what's good, fam?"
Like, and then there's Damien just waiting to get older. Am I ever gonna
He's like,
not be
damn it.
10?
He's like, when I get older, he said, when I get older, I'm gonna catch up and I'm gonna friend your fade, Jonathan. Jonathan's like, oh, I'm sorry, you say something?
10 years pass. He's still 10 years old.
He's like, damn it. It's like, are you sure you didn't throw me in the Lazarus pit? No, we didn't do that.
It's like,
Am I another clone? No, we're pretty sure you're not this time.
What do you mean this time? What?
No, never mind. We don't talk about that.
Yo,
We don't talk about how you died
geez.
and then we had to bring you back.
We don't talk about Bruno. No.
No.
I love DC, don't you guys?
I do.
Sadly, I do.
DC, I love you. I wish you'd give other characters the spotlight every now and again. I'm not even saying make them the next Batman. Just look at them for a second, please. Just look at the Creeper for 5 seconds. That's all I ask.
Oh, I know. So, what would you say, Mephi? I hate to put you versus or whatever, but where are you on the whole Marvel and DC thing?
My honest answer, and you might take this as a cop out.
That's fine. You can like both.
My answer is yes.
Yes. Okay, that's fine.
I was raised on both. What can I say? I mean, my first superhero was Spider-Man, but my first superhero team was Young Justice with Impulse, Robin, and Superboy, and the shenanigans that they went through was actually hilarious because they weren't part of the Titans. They were their own thing. Then after a while, they kind of incorporated Young Justice into the Titans, and it's like, why? You had your own thing. It was good. It wasn't bad, but it was good. It was like you were your own unique individuals. And seeing Wonder Girl goof off with Superboy before they had a relationship, seeing Empress join the squad, seeing Bart goof off, seeing Lobo turn into a teenager, then joining the team too was kind of a thing, but they somehow made it work because it was goofy.
I get it.
And then Green Lantern, Kyle Reiner to be specific, is my favorite. Don't get me wrong, I respect Jon Stewart. I did not like him growing up.
Oh yeah.
He was too much of a hard ass. But later on, the more I got to see his backstory, I get it. And this is around the time where he was still paralyzed, so it's like,
Damn. I didn't know they're paralyzed.
Yeah, for a while he was in a wheelchair and it was bad. And him and Kyle became the best of friends and stuff like that. Then
That's
right
cool.
after Kyle left Earth with Jade, he says, I'm leaving you with a gift. I think this was like right after he became Ion, and well, he was like just geeked up, walking around with a very powerful ring because he had all the power of the lantern at that point. And he made another ring and gave it to John, as well as cured his paralysis, if I remember correctly. Then he was like, the world needs a lantern right now. So me and Jade are going to leave. We need some space because they just came off of a horrible arc for Kyle Reiner, if I remember correctly, where his best friend got hurt because of a hate crime because his best friend was gay and he got beat up really, really bad while he was off world on vacation with Jade. Then when he found out about that, Kyle was not okay. He even found the people that did it, soundproofed the room, and aired him out.
Oh yeah.
Then he went back to go see his friend, like, please wake up. I found the person that did it. I just need you to wake up.
Yeah.
Please.
Damn.
And then he was like, I can't be here right now. So I'm gonna go.
Insane.
Yeah, and seeing all that at an early age is like, that's fucked up. You're fucked up. But yeah, I love both, honestly.
And that's fair. You're more than welcome to do so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like I like DC's I mean, I like DC a little bit more, but that's because I read a lot of the comics. But I do like the Marvel movies. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that continuity I'm good with. It's the rest of their continuity I sometimes have problems with.
Especially with a lot of the most recent DC movies, because they're kind of all over the place. Because it's like they were all separate, but
Mm-hmm.
hopefully, with things going forward, they can
Mhm.
probably get everything on the right track. Because I think Flash is supposed to reset everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, it's probably for the best because here's the thing about DC. You are totally fine with liking their movies because I'm not gonna lie, they did
And
have some
I do.
bangers. Oh
I do.
yeah, but
I'm talking about Marvel movies are the ones. I'm talking about that continuity. Sorry.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
no, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like DC movies, man. All I can say is that they should have just done their own thing, which they were, but they kind of just fell under the category of we really want to catch up to Marvel, and I'm just like, you guys are doing fine on your own. What's the problem?
They should have been
Mhm.
going to the beat of their own drum, but unfortunately, they're like they see them doing this. They're like, we want that. We should take our time building our own stuff. No, we want it now. But
It's,
that's not a good idea.
it was literally just Superman. Okay, cool. Then Batman be Superman. Okay, that's actually a pretty good way to like show off Batman. But all right. Now on to
Mhm.
Suicide Squad. Okay, yeah, all right. And now we're doing Justice League. Who are these niggas? Who are these people?
They only, like I said, the only time we ever like saw cameos before the Justice League movie were literal couple second clips of Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash. Other than that, I mean, hell, I don't even remember them showing Flash in the Justice League, not Justice League,
Batman.
Batman Superman movie.
It
Wonder Woman,
was.
yes, because of course we're gonna have the goddamn Trinity, by
Oh
all
yeah.
means.
Mhm.
I get.
But
And she and her part.
It was cool, and I'm not gonna lie, I definitely did like seeing Wonder Woman on the big screen. That was definitely an experience for me, and I was just like, I was fucking with it. I'm just like, so soon.
oh,
So
Nah, I
soon?
get you. I will say I'll give them credit. At least they tried something different. They could have just done the exact same Marvel thing where they were just like one movie after another, one movie after another, one movie after
Oh,
another.
yeah.
Okay, now we're getting a team up movie.
Oh yeah.
So I'll at least give them credit that they went like Batman. I mean, they went Superman, the Batman v Superman.
Oh yeah.
You know, kind of introducing a lot of people.
No, yeah. Like that's definitely something I will give them. I definitely did like that they just like decided to just go ahead because it's like, let's be real. We know Batman. We know Superman.
Mm-hmm.
We know where this is going. It was only a matter of time. I'm fine with that just totally happening right there. I guess I'm just like
Yeah.
caught off by everything else. It's just we're introducing everybody else so soon, or at least
No,
not
I
giving
get you.
anybody a
I
chance
get
to
you.
like have their own spotlight. Even in the Suicide Squad movie, the first one, I was like, yeah, I'm totally fine with like them even still having the heroes like cameo here and there, and then we just get like a glimpse of what they could do, like when they showed the
Mhm.
Flash and like Boomerang's part. But it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
bro, we didn't even get to like half of these other characters yet. I don't even know what Aquaman. We literally
Yeah.
had to watch Justice League first before a solo Aquaman movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just weird to me. It's like, like I said, they're doing pretty good. They just jumped the shark too soon, or not jumped the shark. They just jumped the gun too soon.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think those movies were all right, and I still like those
Yeah.
Marvel movies. Flaws and all.
Yeah. Like hell.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with some friends of mine. People don't like to give Blade a lot of credit for being like not only the first rated R Marvel movie, but also being the first black lead Marvel movie,
Right?
Yeah.
or being like the first dark gritty esque.
Or being the literal savior of superhero movies.
Yeah. A lot of people don't like to give Blade that. It's just like no, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen, so Deadpool can be the first rated R movie. We're gonna pretend that way Black Panther feels like it's more impactful.
And that way,
No shade to Black Panther. I haven't seen it, but I've heard good things.
Oh yeah, and also kind of just have everybody completely forget that Watchmen ever came out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I should never saw that movie at 9 years old.
Yeah.
But honestly,
Ugh.
sorry,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, you go.
No, I had a hair in my tongue. I had to pull it out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I'm in there.
I was gonna say, I probably shouldn't have watched the movie and then read the comic, because then that kind of ruined me.
No. Sometimes reading the comics could make or break it. It's like when you read a book and now they're gonna make it into a movie, and you're just like, it's nothing like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter. Or for me, I guess it was the Scott Pilgrim movie, which honestly, I had at least enough awareness to know that they're not gonna fit 6 books into one movie. Or at least they're gonna try to, and it's they're gonna make it some type of narrative, and I'm just for what it's worth, I still liked it.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie.
The funny thing about it is the Scott Pilgrim movie, despite the so I admit I saw the movie first, then played the video game, then years later read the book, and I stopped and thought to myself, I still love the movie because the movie was fire.
Yeah,
but I like the book more.
Oh yeah.
Especially where they explain a lot of the issues that Scott has that they never brought up in the movie. Because like I said, you don't have enough time to fill all that in an hour's change.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's definitely like that. It was definitely like that for me when I was reading the books, and I was I fell in love with the characters, but I most especially fell in love with Kim because damn, red hair, freckles, kind of a cynical attitude. It's hitting for some reason. Now, sorry in the movie, now I'm like, damn, it's still hitting, even in real life. That's the point. But yeah, I guess it's just one of those things where it's just I can take these two things as different things, Cause
yeah.
That's mostly you could do with most of this stuff. It's trying to just separate two different things. With it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what Scott Pilgrim did, and honestly, I appreciate it for it. I don't need a reason why Scott could just kick ass. He just does.
Yeah. So the question is, which ending do you guys prefer? The canonical movie ending or the alternate ending?
The canonical ending, because it actually shows Scott's growth.
Oh yeah, definitely the canonical ending, because ooh boy, I do not think Scott ending up with a minor would be perfect today. No sir. No, sir, not today.
No, they would cancel his ass.
Exactly. So I'm very much glad they just went with the book ending. So yeah.
Nice. It's weird that they had an alternate ending too.
Oh, you want to know why? Because literally, y'all, around that time, Scott Pilgrim was still new because it was already greenlit for a movie by the third book, and when the last book finally came out, that was after they finished production of the movie. But then they were just oh shit, this is totally different, and then they're okay, we gotta go with the canon. Yeah, we gotta do that, y'all. That's literally what happened.
The funny thing about it is the movie omitted a lot of key characters from the book. Case in point, I can't think of her name, but the one girl he was cool with, that she wanted him to get with her, but they ended up just being close friends, despite the fact that she told him, "I have feelings for you." But what the thing that they don't tell you is that Scott is an asshole.
Oh yeah, that's Lisa. Oh, yeah, that was Lisa. I remember her.
Yeah, they did they did an animated prequel to it, on Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, on Adult Swim. That was a good time.
Yeah.
I was so pissed.
Really hoping that would have been a series. Really
the funny thing about it is they claim that they are going to do a series of it, but it's been years now, and Netflix has been on a tear lately. I'm not upset about the Gorillas thing. No, why would you say that?
I'm still mad. I'm still petty. I'm still angry.
Sorry, my rage made me start floating in the air again. Sorry.
but it's just so insane to me because it's yo, Scott Pilgrim would just definitely benefit from being a whole ass at least 20-minute animated series. Even if it's not going by episode by episode, chapter wise, it would still be good. And I know they could get a lot done with that. With animation, because again, movie's great, the game's great. Wouldn't it be cool if that was animated though?
Right? Especially talk about Scott's early years while he was in high school, just so that way we can get a good paint a good picture, especially showing how him and Kim got together.
Exactly.
Because that's actually a very vital part of Scott. Because you come to find out, especially when they were talking about it, she said, "Do you even remember how me and you got together?" He's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Uh, why?" Then come to find out, she was using Scott to break up with the guy that she was currently with. Because all the way around, all of Scott and his friends, they're all assholes. And they all have to find a way to come to terms with that and grow. And that's the thing. It actually shows the characters grow. The only person that didn't really have that much of an issue, at least in my eyes, was Stills at first.
Oh yeah. And honestly, I feel like they could definitely benefit it with animation and even do like the thing that some animes do where they add a little extra detail to scenes that probably needed more context
Yeah.
in the book.
Yeah.
So yeah, honestly, it could work. Genuinely.
Speaking of animation, Mephi, did you watch Ball Masters?
No.
Okay, well then we'll talk about it later, Kang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. It's a new. Did they say it was a season, like a series finale?
It's not a series finale. It's pretty much just a project.
End of season 2.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, yeah, pretty much like this is like the end of season 2, and this is pretty much just like a whole project they're doing where it's just like, hey, do you like Ball Masters? I know you like Ball Masters. We'll support this little project we got going on, which is partially a continuation of it, and they're kind of just doing the Owl House thing where they're just showcasing it in specials now, and we'll just see what happens.
Kind of like how supposedly Cuphead was technically 2 seasons because the first one was to be continued, then part 2 came up, and then all of a sudden the rest of season 2 dropped out later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Animation go crazy, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
animation has to be one of the most difficult topics lately.
Yeah. It's all I can say is this: it's a struggle being an animation fan, and an even bigger struggle being an anime fan. But I ain't gonna open up that can of worms right now.
No, I know.
How we feel? How we feeling, Nook, as a Records of Ragnarok fan?
I gotta wait another year, probably.
Exactly.
But it was still good. I liked it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I want more. But Netflix is doing their whole half seasons.
Yeah. Can't have shit in Detroit.
No, can't even. They come and steal your toilet, so you can't even take a shit when you're trying to shit in Detroit.
Exactly.
Or they come steal your toilet paper, so you can't wipe the shit off when you try to take a shit in Detroit.
You literally cannot do shit in Detroit.
I am done.
You cannot take. You cannot even have.
You can't do. You can't take. You can't even deal.
Damn.
And that's a real struggle story right there. But in all honesty, yeah, Scott Pilgrim animation would go hard, and I hope if Netflix is still having plans with that, I know there's nothing saying they denied it, or if they quietly canceled it until someone confirms or denies that, we shall see what happens. But until then, fingers crossed. Oh.
Right. How long have we been going now?
It's been about a good couple hours.
Okay, it's probably need to head to a starting point. I know, stopping point. I know you guys are not only in different time zones, but I know Mephi, he works in the morning, so I don't want to keep him up longer than he needs to be.
Yeah.
Try to be considerate.
Yeah.
So, let's see, any final thoughts? I would normally ask a question. I normally ask like a deep question, but I feel like we've had that this entire podcast, so I'll admit it this time.
Ain't that the best part about having deep conversations? You never know when you're having a deep conversation.
Especially with homies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Especially with the homies.
All right. Well, before you go, anything else you want to hawk or anything you want to promote?
Yeah, actually. Other than Mind of Mephi Gaming, which you should totally subscribe to, I do stupid things every Friday and every other Saturday at 3 p.m. EST. We have the Hotep Rangers podcast that I'm a part of with Kang. We do usually a podcast a month if time actually goes the way it's supposed to. Then of course there is someone special to me that I consider them as family. Sensor Bean is a streamer and they are really talented as an artist as well too. I co-host with them on their stream, and recently we got Kang and Dapper's Pad to join the party, so it's been fun. So usually every Friday when they're up to it, they do a series called Fearful Friday where we play horror games and watch them scream, and we are there for support, for comfort. It never usually works out, but it's still fun to watch. Come check it out on Twitch.
You're just with the homies and you're having a good time.
Having a good time, we're having a good time.
And Loki talking shit. That's the point.
That's kind of what we do on a daily basis anyway, so yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, mine and Mephi Gaming, Hotep Rangers, and Spencer Bean. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Well, is there any type of content you're gonna be coming out soon, like any particular games or anything?
I have an
videos?
update video. I have an update coming up on the beginning of March, talking about one video game series that I'm going to be giving the axe to, and possibly some others to probably take its place. One in particular is a very special, dear to my heart IP that's going to be a 4-part video. And hopefully, if our schedules line up, I have 2 guests that should be joining me along for that ride. So be on the lookout for that in March.
Nice.
All right. Nice. All right, Kang, how about you? Got anything you want to hawk? Anything you want to promote?
Well,
I see you're drumming up something with some queens, I noticed.
Yes, sir. Well, TLDR, like Mephi said, shout out to Hotep and me streaming with him, Dappers, and Sense of Bean. Yes, I do have an upcoming channel on the Big Bro Tunes channel. A lovely anime video of me talking about a lot of black and dark-skinned queens in anime. And why they need more love and appreciation. And just so happen to be dropping it on Black History Month, y'all. The shortest month of the year. That's the point. But yeah. And it's gonna be fun. Should be dropping this week, actually.
All right.
And to the person who's probably watching this pod, pretty much watching the pod or listening to the pod at this time, it's past that week, so you probably should check it out right now. But that's all I got to promote.
If not, what are you doing? Get out there.
Yeah.
Watch these people's stuff.
Exactly. For after the sentence.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I'm glad you were able to join us, Mephi. Did you have a good time?
Oh, of course. I appreciate it.
Nice.
No problem. We might have you on again, so woohoo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, well, I think that's where we're gonna leave it off. Once again, my name is Nook.
I am the Bear King.
And this is Mephi.
Mephi rocks. I think my portal's starting to open, so I need to slap that.
Yeah.
He's gotta go, y'all.
Later.
Cheers.
Until next time.
Maybe this time I keep my foot.
There. Well, and there he goes.
And there he goes. Well, I'll be all, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between. Have a good night.
Good night.